Hey y'all, what's up
Hey,
with the what's up? We're back.
we are finally back.
Y'all miss us?
He's
I feel like my hair looks kind of
waiting
crazy.
on y'all to reply.
I know, right? Waiting for the reply, and we don't have one. What's been going on?
Girl, nothing much. Same old, same old.
Been a lot going on in the news these last few weeks.
Yeah,
Um,
let the crazy continue.
yeah, it's only
It's
gonna get
just, you can't
crazier.
be shocked by anything anymore.
I'm not shocked.
Period.
If anything, I'm just like, oh, okay, which is pretty sad. I feel
I
like I'm
know.
very passionate about certain things, and then other things I'm like that I should be more passionate about. I'm kind of like, yeah, because it's just I feel like we're just so desensitized as a country now because we see too much. If I'm honest. But what do you think about this abortion topic with the whole abortion ban in certain states and Missouri's up next? I mean, like, what are
Um,
your views on banning abortion?
well, I definitely, this is definitely a sensitive topic.
It is.
But I was not surprised, when I heard about the banning, honestly, to goodness, which is sad, but I just wasn't, especially when I heard about like which states it was actually happening in. Um, I honestly, the South has been turning against people for a long fucking time. And like, I love the South. My family's from the South, but honestly, I couldn't live in the South because they still hold on to so many of those like old ass just traditions and shit. It's like there's definitely no separation between church and state at all, period. And in that regard, it even goes back to, they're one of the least, like all the southern states. I'm not going to say all of them. Some are very progressive and have progressive cities, such as Atlanta, whatever, but it's still like fundamentally the people who created those societies, it's still that like great divide and all this control trying to abolish fucking abortions, but yet don't want to support, lower income families. And it's ridiculous. It's honestly ridiculous for anybody to tell a woman what to do when she is about to be forced to have a baby is crazy insane, especially if you're not going to come and financially support and provide for that family, period.
I agree.
So,
And I hate that they place, to piggyback on your point about the woman being the one to be, you know, not be able to have the choice to have an abortion, but yet the man who took part in creating this life has
right.
no responsibility. It's all the woman's fault as to like how she got the baby in her. She's the one. It's just crazy how they place all the blame on us and for us to make those decisions.
I have seen some insane, which is literally why I don't really like Facebook. Because every time I go on there, I see like a racist freaking. I don't know why Facebook is the place to go when you are like politically frustrated or whatever. But it's like
More
everyone
older
just
people, I
vents.
feel like.
Girl, I'm pretty sure this guy I went to high school with. I don't even know because I blocked him, so I can't go back and see it. But I did screenshot um what he said, and it was basically like, hold on, where is it? Yeah, so it was basically, um, he was like, oh, women want my body is my temple. I can get an abortion if I want. Okay, so why didn't you use a condom on that precious ass body of yours? Hashtag whores. So this is clearly somebody,
Block?
girl,
Why
I don't
are
even
we
know
friends?
how this person came across. But honestly, I'm not really surprised because a lot of people who I disconnected with from the past, like, especially when Trump was going through his shit,
Oh,
man,
me too.
people,
I
like,
deleted a lot of people. I
oh
deleted
my
a lot of
God.
people, especially some people that I wasn't shocked that they were necessarily a Trump supporter, but when they started to vocalize and to like speak on things,
Yeah, it wasn't about being a Trump supporter. It's about what you're saying. It's like what you're making Trump supporting represent, which is like hate and racism and segregation and shit. So yeah, I was just blown away when I saw that. I mean, not really blown away, but
girl,
triggered
that is
enough to block him.
That is awful. I'm like,
yeah, I mean, I've never gotten an abortion in my life. I probably never would. I mean, I don't think I would, but beyond that, it's like I still would want the choice, or I still would never ever and think in a million years that I should take away someone else's choice to do that. Like,
especially if, like, so I can understand if we were looking at this from an angle where it's like, okay, person A is just out here being super irresponsible, sleeping with any and everybody, and she has abortions once a week. You know what I mean? Like, I could see where it'd be like, okay, you know what? All right, maybe if you keep doing X, and you're gonna keep getting the same result if you keep doing it.
I don't even care if she has abortions once a day. Like,
what I'm saying is, I'm trying to take my personal, right, but I'm trying to take my personal feelings out of it and trying to, like, okay, see from a high level of like, okay, but people aren't even saying any of that. It's literally like, I don't care if you're raped. If you're raped, I've seen people say it's their fault. The person who got rape's fault. Hence why she should carry the baby. Like, regardless of the reason as to why you're pregnant, yes, I agree. You should not have your right taken away. But my thing is that there's not even special circumstances. I mean, my goodness, like, what do you do? It's just crazy. I just think it's so, we live in a man's world still. And I don't know. I'd like to think that things are changing in a good direction, but some kind of way, I feel like we are just moving thousands of years backwards. And it's a very sensitive topic, and I feel like it's going to continue to divide us. I don't even know how to, I don't know. I'm
trying to get the real, what is the real statistics on this? Because I don't know exactly what. I know Alabama was one of the states, and
Missouri's up next.
Missouri, Mississippi, Kentucky, and Ohio, which Ohio really isn't that southern, but it's still like Midwest. They have passed laws that ban abortions after fetal heartbeat is detected, and something that generally occurs within 6 weeks. So it generally occurs within 6 weeks. So that means it could really occur in 5 weeks. Or, you know, you could get a heartbeat that occurs around 5.5 weeks or 8 weeks or whatever. But the thing about it is, to me personally, if you're going to have an abortion, it doesn't matter at what moment you decide not to have that child. If that child is still dependent on the mother for life, and if that child was to be aborted and not be able to live, then that's the moment that honestly should be decided. Because it doesn't matter if it has the heartbeat or the brain or whatever, because like a lot of people said, there's people you guys declare brain dead, and it doesn't matter if their heart is beating. They're technically brain dead. Their life is over for them. So what's the difference there? So you use that heartbeat to go in the favor of the law whenever you want to change the law. You know, it's
very subjective.
It's a lot of rights being taken away from a lot of different groups and stuff. And even for men, whatever your personal feelings are, it's like if you live in America because you believe you have freedoms and all that, then you need to stand up for all of these groups that are being denied freedoms, because you could be next real quick.
Mm-hmm.
They could say, oh, I don't want a black man to have a bank account.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We just don't trust you guys with money. Like, we don't know. The shit sounds far-fetched, but it sounds far-fetched to say a woman can't have an abortion after 5 weeks, no matter if you've been raped. So, you know, anything's possible. So people need to start looking out for each other because it could soon be on you.
But I remember reading something or something I was watching or reading, and I remember the conversation was around like attorneys and the law. And it was just basically like, you know, an attorney's job is to essentially find flaws or ways to get around the law to go in your favor, right? So we all know that, but it's so crazy that even if there is a law, it's still so subjective. Like, our country is still subjective in the sense of it's wrong unless I do it. And if I do it, this is why it's right versus you do it. You know what I mean? Like, whether it's color-based, gender-based, like,
our country.
I always have felt like the government is just not for us anyway. Just in general, like, government is its own whatever. Like, I just.
You know the golden rule, right?
What?
The golden rule. So our country lives by the golden rule. And the golden rule is he who has the gold makes the rules.
Makes sense.
So get your gold, because the more gold, the more rules you can make.
It's true.
Period. It's that simple.
It is that simple.
Because they're controlling shit right now. Like, I don't know who they is technically, but it seems to be a smaller amount of people that are looking out for themselves who are oppressing a larger amount of people for some reason that we don't know nothing about. Because I'm thinking long term, why do they care so much about women aborting their children? Think about it. Who is aborting their children when we think about it? Who is it? Mostly, I'm going to say, I'm just going to shoot it in the dark. I don't know. I have no evidence to back this up. But I'm going to say usually, most likely, a higher percentage is going to be unwed people who probably are already in poverty, okay, who probably are already living below the median. So those are the people who you're forcing to have more children. Why would you do that? So we have even a greater level of fucking poverty in our neighborhoods, in our societies. Is that what's really going on here? Like, I'm trying to think about why, because I know they don't give that fucking much about life. I just know they don't. So what's really going on? So I don't know. It's sad, and I just hope something happens. I know they're going to veto some of the bills, or I heard one of those people saying they're going to veto something. It's been way too much for me to even look into.
I know. It's like, where do you start? Yeah. Me into my next.
Yeah.
This is an
Moving
easy
right along.
Jason
hate to
Mitchell.
announce this. I hate to even bring this up.
I know. I don't even know. It's like, how do you even say it? Like,
it can't be real.
It can't be. It is. It's so real.
It's
so real.
The moment we, the Black Coffee and Tea podcast, decide to review a fucking show for the first time. Okay, on the season that let's just start on the second season. Yeah. So the main fucking character gets booted.
Oh, shit.
All right.
So for those that do not know, like Whitney mentioned, one of the shows, the only show right now that we currently review is called
The Only Show.
The Chi, which airs every Sunday on Showtime. So one of the lead actors, Jason Mitchell, a.k.a. what's his name in the show?
Oh, Brandon.
Cookie's
brother.
Cookie's brother, yes.
The whole story kind of revolves around him, doesn't it?
It does revolve around him. It all centers around him, and everyone else kind of falls around that. And so, not to mention, I just really like him. Like,
I thought I liked him too, girl. I like him. I'm like,
And he also played Eazy-E in Straight Outta Compton. I think that's when we all kind of fell in love with him in the sense of, like, I'm sure he's been out previous to Straight Outta Compton, but he made a debut role, breakout in that movie, and that was a dope movie. But yeah, it's very unfortunate. I would have never thought, and this just goes to show how there's biases or whatever. And I wouldn't think he would do, like, I would not think he would have these allegations, which were sexual harassment.
Yeah. So hold on. The official headline was misconduct. Remember, They were like, they wouldn't say what it was. They were like,
they did say misconduct.
Let go. So he was dropped from his management, UTA management. He was dropped from some Netflix show that he had coming out, or movie, I think. And then they said he was dropped from, he will not be airing in the next season of The Chi. He will not be in the next season of The Chi. All right. So all this happened, boom, one time. They all released the news. So they all in cahoots, first of all, for everyone to drop the news at the same time. And it's just like, I don't know if so the she I'm talking about is his girlfriend, who we already had some feelings of, we were like, why is she such a bitch? Oh God, I can't stand her. Maybe the whole time she just couldn't stand him because she was feeling uncomfortable on set, on camera. And that came through because I think even in the comments, everyone was like, oh, that's why their vibe was so off. That's why she was always a bitch. That's why. Because she just seemed like, it just seemed like their vibe was off.
They didn't have good on-set chemistry. They didn't have good on-set chemistry. We highlighted that in a few episodes prior to this one. And you're right. I mean, especially being that apparently it's happened to her more than once, to the point where her boyfriend, her real-life boyfriend, now has to come to her sets and monitor her scenes with Brandon, aka Jason Mitchell. That's got to be awkward, and it's just unfortunate. Apparently,
her name is Tiffany Boone, by the way. She is the actress. For those who may be trying to Google her, look her up.
And yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate because, apparently he grabbed her pussy or maybe rubbed it during
Where did you see that? I've been waiting for details to drop. I haven't seen any details.
Well, this is what's been in the group chat. So I will have to do some fact checking.
So I'm looking at the thing now. So he rubbed what now? What was it?
Her pussy.
And this was on camera. This was behind.
I think this was on. Yeah, I think it was on camera. It's like on set. Yeah. So that's one allegation.
I'm wondering what it is, because it's not just sexual, because one of them is a guy. So one of the complaints is from a man. So that's why I'm wondering. That's why I was wondering what type of actual abuse was it? Was it verbal? Was he cussing people out? And was he calling her like a bitch or I want to fuck you? Because it's a man also who is accusing him of misconduct and harassment. I don't know if it's sexual harassment, but he's one of the names on here from Netflix.
Interesting.
A white guy. Your face.
I can't. Girl, it's too much. It is too much. And my thing, okay, so maybe they're withholding all these details because everybody's under investigation. And I'm sorry that I'm laughing, but I'm just trying to figure out, like, I hate when things are kept. They make these big blow-up scenes, and then they want to keep everything under the wrap and under the radar and let our minds wander about what it could be or could not be. So
could be some non-disclosures have been signed. It could have been some threatenings of some lawsuits and he settled real quick or something. Like, we don't really know what's behind the scenes. And I just really want to hear both sides. I like to just play devil's advocates in these type of situations because I hate to automatically assume everyone's going to be so honest and the woman's telling the truth. But then I hate to automatically assume that she's lying as well, you know? So I got to just think about both sides. I just want to make sure there was nothing there ever, because I don't know. I mean, yes, she has a fiance. Yes, she has a boyfriend, but maybe they had something going on the side and then she broke it off and then he got aggressive. Not saying that makes a difference, but it may make a difference. I'm just saying I want to know all the scenarios.
You want to know all the...
I do. If Shy wants to try to make a comeback and attempt to continue this without Brandon, which I think is going to be very, very hard, they're going to have full transparency, because it's people in these comments, in our comments, Sherry Shepherd in our comments, y'all. So head to BCT Podcast.
Hey, girl. Hey, girl.
Sherry Shepherd was in the comments, and she said it is not, right to just write off the show, if we don't know the details of what actually happened behind the scenes, because a lot of people in our comments were saying they don't want no parts of the Shy no more. They was like, cancel it. You might as well cancel it. No Brandon, no Shy. So in order for people to get behind y'all continuing without him, because he was a fan favorite, you got to admit this, y'all are going to have to fully disclose what the fuck happened so that we could be like, oh, okay, well, Brandon, you fucked up, But as of right now, we don't know. So some of us are not just going to immediately take her side of things, because we don't know.
We don't know
who filed it. We don't know those other two people, and we don't really like Tiffany. So it's like we already, and I'm not saying Tiffany, girl, you weren't. No, she could have definitely been hurt. I'm not saying she wasn't, but she wasn't a fan favorite. She wasn't that likable.
Judging from her acting. We're talking about from her acting.
And just the vibe she gave me. I don't know if it was acting or what.
Well, but we wouldn't know her if she wasn't on the Shy. Right now,
absolutely.
We would not be even talking about her on this show if she wasn't a part of the Shy. So
probably not until her next big role or something. But people in the comments felt just like we did. They said they did not like her. They didn't like them together. They was waiting for him to break up with her in the show, in the storyline. So they just gonna have full disclosure on this one if they want to continue the show. That's all I'm gonna say.
I agree. They will have to have some kind of something. There's going to have to be something said in general, because regardless of the Shy, I know we're talking about it, but I like him. I want to see him in other things too. Like, I'm really sad. This really makes me sad.
I like him too.
He was just someone where I was like, God, he's a breath of fresh air. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a breath of fresh air. He's a regular guy. He's a good actor. Giving him a chance. He did amazing in this sector. He's going to do amazing with this and whatever other projects. Like, he's someone that I look forward to seeing in other things. So this one really hit because I'm like, gosh, like, is his career, I'm not God, or I can't play that part in your future, but it doesn't look good when you're a black guy already, just being black in general, and then you're a man, and then you got these allegations, and then you've got the type of allegation
before you proven innocent,
before you're proven, or any kind of trial or anything. So my thing is, I wonder, this is going to be so interesting to watch how this unfolds for his path in this field, because I don't know if there's going to
come forward. Jason, you got to step forward, boo. You got to let us know what happened. We don't know. We just don't know.
And my thing is, I feel like if something happened more than once, or whatever the case is with all these different things, if at that point you are...
Oh, I thought you was thinking the same thing I'm thinking. I want you to say.
Yeah, I was like, what? You want me to turn the volume down? If at that point you are guilty, just come out and say, you know what? I made a mistake. Because when you do that, when you own it, if you're found guilty, own it, and do what you need to do, have the conference, get it out, move on. We'll be talking about it for a little second, but then we will allow you to then go on and do other things. But if everything is hush-hush,
now,
secret, I feel like that's not
that depends now.
On what?
It depends on the level of what we find out, this information, this story. Like, now, if he's been going around, girl, grabbing people's pussies on sets, you know, women can't really support that and get behind that without side-eyed, you know? Like, it took fucking Chris Brown 15 years to get back in good graces. You know, I'm just saying, like, that it takes a bounce back. And I think, well, unfortunately, like,
people's pussies and wants them on a t-shirt.
Girl, exactly. So and his fan base is white public. Jason's was not.
You're right.
Unfortunately, Jason's was for the people. And he was one of, you know, our really good actors. And he kind of got to come forward with what it is, because as of right now, people are thinking the worst. The people who don't, you know, who want to stand up, the people who personally been offended or raped in their past, they're thinking the absolute worst. And then those who want to support him and vouch for him, they're thinking, oh, it probably wasn't nothing, you know? So it's like, you got to really figure out what happened. And what I thought you were going to say earlier is what I kind of think. And I'm thinking maybe he may have like a substance abuse, like almost like alcohol issue, where it makes him, not to say that's an excuse, but I feel like on set, he could be drunk or something like that, because I know he came out, TMZ released like a few years ago of him like going off on somebody, and he was like drunk on the airplane, and they were saying, I think he was drunk on the airplane. I don't know. It was something on the airplane. He was going off at the airline. He got kicked out of first class. It was like a big thing. TMZ dropped it. And even back then I was like, oh, I wonder if he's like drinking. And then if you see him now, he looked like he got like a beer belly, like just a legit like beer belly. Like, he's not big everywhere. It's like his belly is like extremely big in the lower section, like just a beer belly, you know? I don't know. I'm just wondering if that's part of what's happening here. And if it is,
maybe diabetic.
Oh, okay. True. But I think good for PR, it would be good if he just say, hey, I have alcohol problem. Maybe I did go too far when I was drunk. I'm going to rehab. And then people respect that. And then
take your hiatus, because you will have to fall off the map for a second. Take your hiatus, get better. You know what I'm saying? Show you stay off the light for a second. We got to kind of see you disappear for a second. But when you come back, people aren't going to... there are going to be greater people that are going to allow you to live than people that are going to try to keep you that same way that, you know, you are now. So like you just said, I feel like coming out, owning it in whichever way you need to do it, is going to be the best thing going for you. Because one thing we do know is that when people own their mistakes and they state it first, we can't then go behind. We will. There's going to be memes. There's going to be things going on. We will. But I'm just saying, there's the weight of it is not as heavy as when you just are like letting everyone else tell your narrative. So, especially, you know, if he is who we think he is, minus the addiction or, you know, whatever kind of issue he may have.
Allegedly. We don't know.
Allegedly. If he is the person we all think and seem to know that he is, he can bounce back from this. Depending on, we don't know the detail. We don't know. We're just talking about, I'm talking about.
Now, what scares me with his whole situation is how he got dropped. So it wasn't like, oh, he lost one project and then, you know, a week later, then he lost it.
Everybody kind of came together.
The fact that he lost his manager, his manager, his agency, his movie, and his recurring show all announced at the same time. That leads me to believe this is some internal thing where everyone's aligned.
You're right.
So it's like, you're not going to get no work.
Meaning, too, it's so severe enough to
you're not going to get no work.
Well, and it's severe enough for all of us to align and say, yeah, we can't even touch, we can't even help you. You know, we can't even be a part of, we don't want to have any kind of association. Do you know what I mean? Like, so that's another way to look at that.
I'm praying for everyone in the situation.
Praying for everybody in the situation. God bless those that are the victims of this alleged, of these alleged acts. praying for y'all and your peace. And, hopefully everybody can start anew and not allow this to affect any other areas in their life. I mean, it's hard. It's hard when you're dealing with people that make you feel some type of way, when it's not right, whether right, wrong, or indifferent. It's hard, especially if you're working with them or you've got a close relationship with them. If it's against your will, any kind of misconduct, whatever, I pray that you all get the peace that you need to move forward in life, truly. But I do want to know what happened.
Right. The Shy. Oh, God. Y'all fucked something good up. It was just fuck. I'm just so pissed off. Like,
now,
first it was Love Is. Now it's The Shy. Like, I don't want to get attached to no TV, period, unless I'm making it. Because, can't have shit. Can't have shit. They don't let Black people have nothing. Can't have nothing.
And it's just so funny because Love Is was such a good product. The Shy is such a good product, and it still can be depending on how they get this going. I don't know. I'm actually about to start getting into The Wire. I've never seen The Wire, but I heard The Wire is 20 times better than The Shy.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was 20 years ago, but it's good.
But
I watched it in high school.
I know, but I haven't seen The Sopranos. I haven't seen The Wire. I want to, now that Game of Thrones is over, I want to get into some shows that have been named some of the greats back in the day. But my husband was telling me that The Wire was like the bomb. He was like, "You like The Shy?" He was like, "The Wire."
I don't know if you'd really like The Wire though.
I wouldn't. Is it more like LA?
The Wire is more
current,
slower moving, and it's more like real crime, drug, political scandal, which it's like you may like it, but it is a good show. The Wire is a good ass show, but it's nothing like The Shy. I mean, The Shy is more like commercial. The Wire is more like gritty and detailed. It's like a mini series. Like, I don't know.
They're different.
It's way more content packed into one episode.
I like content packed.
But it moves kind of slow. Like, they take their time.
The Wire moves slow?
Yeah, I feel like The Wire moves really slow because it takes their time. I think they have like 7 seasons or something, but it is a good show. You should watch it. Yeah, man, that's unfortunate, but God bless them. Yeah. Oh, I heard people were mixed reviews about Game of Thrones finale.
Yes. Game of Thrones this season has been by far.
I was like, damn, was Mia disappointed?
Very disappointed. I was very disappointed. I was disappointed because we waited 2 years for this rushed 7, I think it was 6 or 7 episodes we had. It was just rushed. It was almost like I felt the writers were so just tired and exhausted. They were like, all right, let's just get this shit over with and be done. Game of Thrones is known for their great writing, the character development, the acting. All of it is just a great combination and recipe for a great show. And every season has just been better and better and better and better and better. And I have said this time and time again, for those that have not watched Game of Thrones, you cannot get attached to any character. They show no mercy, period. The people who you watch and they carry the show, like Jason Mitchell in The Shy, and you're like, there's no way they could ever kill him in season 1. Because where do you go from there? The Game of Thrones, Jason would have been gone season 1. Okay, like I'm just saying, but it gets better and better and better and better. So for the last season to be rolled out the way that it was very, very rushed. and disappointing. The writing wasn't good. Now, I was talking to my husband about it, and his thoughts were nobody likes to see the finality of anything. Like, so if The Chi was like, hey, we had a great 5 seasons, this is the last season, people are still going to have something to say because no one wants to see it gone, But this wasn't that. This wasn't that. For my Game of Thrones lovers, I was extremely pissed by how Cersei died and Jaime died. Cersei was by far one of the biggest villains, and she should have died a brutal, gruesome death. Instead, she was trampled by rocks the last season. So everybody else was killed by dragon fire, offed with their head, brutal, gruesome deaths like we know Game of Thrones is good for. Cersei did not die a gruesome death, and she was evil. She was rotten. She was the devil, and she died very peaceful with the love of her life, which was her brother, and they were both trampled by rocks together in each other's arms, and it was whack. So,
but you know what? I don't even watch Game of Thrones, but I'm going to go off the stat. The directors, the writers there were probably trying to just let you know about real life. Shit, the bad people make it, the good people get killed. That's just real life. The good die young. The fucking old die rich in their fucking Gucci beds.
Oh,
the
shit.
Evil old, evil people live to be 125.
You're right.
There's probably just
people that, what's funny too, it's not literally funny, but I was reading something about car accidents and how people that are in drunk car accidents, like people who are drunk and they get into a car accident,
they always survive.
They always survive. But the people that are the innocent, they always are the ones that are dying. And I'm like, how is it that the drunk person still lives to talk about how sorry they are that they killed the innocent person? Like, that's crazy. But,
well, scientifically, medically, they say because when you're drunk, your body, your muscles
more relaxed,
tense, so you just go with everything.
Yeah,
so you're not rigid,
not
and you don't scared and break and stiff up. So you just like it's whatever, and you go with the flow more. So your body, I guess, don't have as many injuries. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's
crazy.
Oh God, but
yeah,
R.I.P. to some good shows.
Yeah. So Game of Thrones is off, and it is what it is. I can't believe it's really over, but it's over. It's over now.
I may watch it one day. You know what I'm saying? One of these days.
As long as you watch it, listen. The first 7 seasons is 5. 6 seasons.
One of these days.
First 6, 7, I think it's 8 seasons. Lord Jesus, don't give me the line.
We don't have no more black shows, so I'm gonna have to go on over. Said the black shows is drying up over this side, so I'm gonna have to
switch on over.
Switch on
the other side.
I still watch some white shows. I watch Grey's Anatomy, but Grey's Anatomy is Shonda Rhimes' show, and there's black people in it.
I can't believe that show is still on.
Black show do I watch? 911. Oh, there's black people in that one too. 911. It's really good. But whatever, Oh, Insecure. They fucking announced they're not coming back for another year, 2020. So they're out too. And then Power. We have one last season of Power. So
one more season of Power. We got some spinoffs coming from that.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't either. I don't either. I don't know.
I don't even really fuck with 50 Cent like that. Like, I'm slick, kind of mad it's 50 Cent's show.
Yeah, I can see that.
Such an asshole. He's so rude. He's just the internet.
Love to hate him.
He's a bully. So I'm sure you've heard in the news today that Wendy Williams' son got arrested for fighting his dad, Kevin Sr., I believe. And there was some dispute, over something. I think he confronted his dad about him seeking spousal support from Wendy or some type of support. I don't know, girl. Apparently, they got into a headlock. Wendy's husband put the son into a headlock, in the parking lot or some shit, and the son punched him in the face. And girl, somebody called somebody. The police showed up. Little boy got sent to jail. So it's just a big mess over there. I'm wondering, what's going to happen with that. And I'm sure the father's not going to press charges against his own son. He was just defending his mom. So just trying to defend his mama. So yeah, let's pray for them and that family.
Pray for them and their peace and everybody needs peace. Where is the peace and the balance and everything? Lord Jesus, the tangle webs we weave. But yeah, that's unfortunate. That's got to be a tough situation. Just with all of the media, it doesn't help that they're in the limelight. The son didn't ask for this life. And then to find out, I'm sure some things that I'm sure he knew about and then some things he didn't know about. It's got to be hard for a kid to deal with. And like you said, he's only sticking up for his mom. One thing I do know about boys is that they love their moms regardless. Something about a mother and a son relationship, something just very special about it.
Protect you, even if your dad is the person hurting you. They're just at one point or another, they're going to say, hey, I'm a man. You taught me to protect my mom. Even if it's against you, I'm a protector. So
protect her. And so yeah, I definitely pray. Wendy Williams, one thing I will say, she's been looking a lot lighter. Like she's been asking for, she's just been lighter. She's been asking to go out with people, her guests. She's like, what y'all doing tonight? Oh, I'm gonna come, I'll be there. I want to come. They're like, come on. I'm like, oh, okay. Like she has just been so much lighter. Like she's just like this cloud has been lifted off of her.
Well, girl, word on the street. Let me give you the word on the streets.
What's the tea, sis?
Okay, so word on the streets, this is allegedly, of course, word on the street is that Wendy Williams forced Kevin Hunter to send his baby mama overseas back to whatever island her family's from. So she has left the United States of America, and Kevin is still here, although him and Wendy are quote unquote separating. There will be no divorce, okay? And he is still part of her company. He is not executive producer anymore, but he still gets paid through the company. And she's still going to keep the business arrangement with him. Now, allegedly, this is unconfirmed. She has no plans on ever divorcing him. They're going to stay together, period. And little Kevin wants his mom to leave and cut ties with the dad forever, divorce him. And the mom's not going to do it. Well, Wendy not going to do it for various reasons, probably most importantly, her money, her empire. That's what I'm thinking. Why divorce him?
That's the first thing that I was thinking was it's cheaper to keep him.
Exactly.
Cheaper to keep her, but it also works the other way too now. She's Wendy Williams. I will say she's not dumb.
No, she's not.
She's not dumb. As goofy as she looks, she's not dumb. And at the end of the day, I never say never because I've never been in a situation like that. I can only think I would know what I would do in that situation long before I'd be here now where she is. But you just never know. You don't know.
Don't know.
But I'm actually not messed up if it's what I think, if this is true, and if the reasons that I'm thinking are valid. Okay, as long as she knows, because I think where, in my opinion, the pressures came in is because all of this was like, it was like secrets that people knew, but they weren't really talking about. And she's the hot topic person, and she's kind of not mentioning. Right. She's dealing with all of these things. Like, oh my God, what if it gets out? Like, what do I do? Like, oh my God, this is embarrassing. Like, I think it was just like those pressures. And so now that the pot is off the lid, or the lid is off the pot, the steam has come out.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, whatever she wants to do. I think she's okay with, I think she's mentally okay with being in a space where she can coexist without out him in a way and they're in the same house, because just because they stay married doesn't mean that they're going to live together or that they're going to now sleep together and be back married. You know, people stay married for all types of different reasons, whether I agree with it or not. But yeah, I mean, my first response was it's cheaper to keep him. That's my first reaction as to why she would even do something like this, is it's cheaper to keep him. And I'm like, hey, girl, sister, I understand. You built this shit and only for him to do what he did and then take half, and now and on top of that, you got to pay him alimony and then give money to that bitch. Like, just keep him. Leave him on payroll. Let him be lame and do whatever he wants to fuck do, and you go on about your business.
And see, the thing about it is, and this is allegedly from our favorite YouTube blogger, Tasha K. The thing about that is, you know, she built an empire with this man, 20-something plus years, built this multi-million-dollar industry. And then the type of industry she's in is the gossiping, you know, secrets, this type and the third, celebrity news. And it's like, she doesn't want to bring another man into that. Like, she doesn't trust anyone enough to kind of be on that level with her life. And you got to think about it from this story that we've heard, allegedly she's a battered wife, you know, she's like, he's her aggressor. So, yeah, apparently they still together, girl. And she's just going to act like they not. But who knows? Who knows what the truth is, you know?
Who knows?
I just hope little Kevin don't got to, you know, go to jail and deal with consequences from getting arrested from this foolishness.
With his daddy.
Yeah, this is his parents' drama. You know, that's sad. Kids shouldn't be involved in that.
Kids should not be involved in their parents.
Not even. So, speaking of Tasha K, she is suing Miss Cardi B, well, countersuing Cardi B for over $1 million. Cardi B took out a lawsuit against her, saying that, you know, she defamed her character, said she had herpes and all types of stuff. So
Cardi B said Tasha K had herpes?
Cardi B commented on the video. So Tasha K interviewed some woman who claimed to be Cardi's old roommate, Star Marie or something like that. Star Marie came on Tasha K's show. She did an interview and she claimed that not only that Cardi was like a prostitute and all this other shit, but she claimed that she had herpes and, you know, that's why she has bumps on her mouth and, you know, could be cold sores, whatever. But she said she had genital herpes, okay, on her show, basically, and all types of shit. So Cardi threatened her. I guess she told her to take it down. Tasha K was like, fuck no, I'm not taking it down, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, she got served. So Tasha K went and countersued Cardi B for in excess of $1 million. So now they about to go to court, or the judge will most likely drop it, but throw it out because it's just foolishness. But yeah, Cardi B is so bothered that now she's in lawsuits with bloggers, and she also has just canceled some of her tours because she had a botched plastic surgery job and she cannot move and perform like she needs to on stage.
See,
that's the tea in the streets.
That is some hot tea.
Well, actually, she announced it. She said she got surgery. She didn't get the massages like she was supposed to after she got her lipo. So, you know, there were some complications. And that's why her stomach was looking real fake ab-ish at that award show when everybody started talking about her. So, yeah.
When she got fake, like she got abs or something. But her waist was super tiny.
She got lipo. She said it. She admitted it. She said, yes, I got lipo, but she said I always had abs, and it was swollen, and so I just lipoed it, but I always had abs. And everybody was like, okay, girl, like if you always had abs, why should you get lipo? But
I need lipo.
You don't need lipo, okay? Cardi B, what the amount of weight that she lipo, she probably could have just did that in 3 weeks of just literally eating a salad a day and fucking working out. Like,
I could do that. I mean, it's
not even a noticeable difference in my opinion from what she was. Like, I see people getting lipo, but Cardi's lipo was so dumb to me. Yeah. She was already small as fuck, and now you done injured yourself, and you can't even perform. She had to cancel a whole fucking week's worth of concerts or whatever. Oh God, Cardi. So
Cardi. What do I think about Cardi? I think the last time we talked about Cardi, I was excited that she was off the map.
Not off the map.
I mean, you know, tending to her, what she was tending to her kid, her husband. It seemed like she, you know, had just kind of taken a break from the scene. And then she kind of just pops back up with some drama. And I'm like, okay. And, you know, she's just constantly defending. She's just constantly defending hers. Yeah. And I'm like, why can't we just let her just be Cardi? You know, and why can't Cardi just understand that with this type of platform comes the shit that you gonna deal with? Like,
Cardi is not getting no more criticism than any other fucking celebrity has
you're
gotten.
Right. That's what I don't understand. Why she can't just accept the fact that people are going to say things that you don't. If Beyonce, which Beyonce would never. If Beyonce responded to all the shit that she probably hears about her and her relationship, she would not be Beyonce. Like, be Cardi B. Don't address the bullshit. If it's not true, and I know it's hard because people will test you, and I know she hadn't really removed herself from, like, to me, she still operates as if she's still in the hood, like, round the way girl, like, meaning... like, oh, this bitch said this, and I gotta check her. I gotta go find this bitch. She's in Cincinnati. I gotta find her and beat her ass. Like, she operates like that instead of being like, oh my God, I don't know this bitch. She don't know me. I don't even know who she is. Who cares? Block the bitch. Block her. I just don't. She's giving way too much energy to these people.
Way too much.
It's just way too much. It's way too much. Go back off the grid. Go be happy.
Girl, she's so unhappy. That's the thing. Yeah, like, she's so unhappy. And I just want people, excuse me, I just want people to know, especially mothers, young mothers or mothers, even if you're older, dealing with these damn social media times, like, you don't have to fucking snap back in a week and be like a size 2 in a fucking week. Like, I get that you want to snap back, you want to get your shit together, but it's like these girls are having surgeries before their babies are even like 6 months. Like, has your body even fully healed from giving birth? Like,
some of these people are having surgery as they give birth, like right after they're getting.
I don't see how that's even like allowed. You know, your body should heal and then you go get your fucking surgery. Like, I don't know. I just think people are putting way too much pressure. Like, moms can't even fucking birth babies without feeling they need to snap back and be on the gram. And if you feel like you need to do that to keep your man, then maybe that's not the right man. For real. Because I feel like a lot of them feel like they can't be out here on no break when they got niggas and they need their men to not have wandering eyes on this internet or whatever, you know, in these streets.
And here's the thing with men, you can be the baddest bitch walking, and that man is he still has eyes. Like, he still has eyes. If you're with a trash ass man, now there's different levels. You know, there's those men that just go way beyond. They go too far. Then there's men that, you know, they just have eyes and they're gonna look and they're gonna see and they're gonna observe. And then you have, you know, men that just are respectful. But somewhere amongst that, you got to find which man you with and then move accordingly. But don't take that personally, because one thing we all know is you could be doing everything you're supposed to be doing. You be fucking your man every day. You be doing this every day. You be perfect. You be cooking a meal every day. You be sucking him every day. And he will still find a way to go to the grocery store and knock the bitch down in the bathroom. I mean, I'm just saying.
Right.
So
and check this out. And then the girl that he do cheat on you with, she gonna be flat chested. She not gonna have no ass. She gonna have acne and she gonna be obese. So while you over here getting liposuction and ass this, your man will have sex with this bitch right here with no ass that looks like Freddy Krueger. So it's not about that.
It's not about that. It's not about that. Be the best version of you and your parenting skills. Live for you, because guess what? People will do what they fucking want to do. Period.
No. Period. Okay, women. Okay, women. Do you hear me, women? Who's that? Women.
Women's.
Where are we with our Andrew Caldwell interview, girl?
Girl,
Where are we with that?
We ain't.
I'm gonna need you to get it together. We need to reach out.
Yes, I will.
Okay, we're gonna get him, y'all. Please head over, if you're on Instagram, please head over to Andrew Caldwell's IG comments and let him know that he needs to interview with BCT Podcast, because we would love to have him on the show.
We adore you, Andrew. Andrew, you are the shit. You make us laugh hysterically just by being you. Don't be anybody else but you. Because you are it.
We need to get him. We need to get Andrew in these streets.
Because he will spill. He'll spill all the tea.
Yes.
He'll spill all the tea. And we just want to know what the tea is, sis.
That's it. Y'all, please let us know.
Feedback.
Let us know. What'd you say?
Oh, I was just saying, I was piggybacking off of whatever you were about to say.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to announce for our podcast that we did hit 5K. All right.
Yay, we hit 5K.
We're going to give some stuff away. We're coming up with some merch or whatever very, very soon to launch. Soon.
Yes, very soon. Stay tuned.
I think we're going to live stream somehow, some way. We got to come up with the technical. We have a technical meeting first with our tech team.
We do.
Okay. We're going to gather the tech team and we're going to live stream. So please follow us on YouTube, Black Coffee and Tea YouTube. Subscribe. Also head on over to BCT Podcast. Okay. Sherry Shepherd's in the comments right now.
We got Erica Badu. We got Sherry Shepherd. Erica, she's dropped a comment.
Erica's a friend of the show. She is.
Erica at this point, sis is a friend of the show. Like she's recurring.
Yeah, I think I'm going to DM her because I want to go to her music festival in Long Beach. And I don't know, maybe she'll let me interview her or something. Shit, I don't know.
Well,
y'all head on over to Erica Badu comments too, please.
Head on over there.
But yes, we have a lot coming up, and
we got a lot of good stuff coming up. Thank you guys for giving us all the grace in the world. We really appreciate our fans, and we appreciate you guys. We know that we would not exist without you guys, and we really do appreciate all of the engagement you give us on all of our platforms. Keep it coming. Keep sharing. Keep posting. Tell everyone, give us feedback, bad feedback. There's no such thing as bad feedback. Give us good feedback or whatever, constructive.
Please write a review on our Apple.
Leave us a review. Yes. SoundCloud, Spotify.
If you leave us a review, shout out those who do. Screenshot your review, okay? Screenshot it and DM it to us. Okay, and we will give you something super, super special. So let us know if you leave a review.
There it is. See how that works? See how that works? Ain't got good. All right, y'all. Well, it's been real. Until the next time, we will see y'all soon.
Bye.
Bye.